There you go.
This is a critical book review by Lauren Liscombe on the book Discoverers by Daniel Boorstin. He really talked about human discovery through science, exploration, and culture. I'm going to be focusing on the strengths and weaknesses. Some main points are that he showed the past and present well. That the West was discovered with brilliant minds, while the West was being discovered with new lands. I didn't like how he didn't put maps and diagrams into the book, which I think would have been helpful, and he put in too little details. This book mainly talks about how humans figured out things through time. How not knowing changed into knowing when they questioned things that were put into their minds. The Catholic Church had put a lot of pressure to not go outside of the box, and when out-of-box thinkers started to come out questioning the Catholic faith, they were criticized and really scared for their life. This book talked about the wide history scope of the ancient civilizations all the way to the present. He talked about clocks, maps, and navigational tools. He talked about the West was being discovered with brilliant minds, while the East, the Americas, were being discovered with the tools that the discoverers created. I liked how he talked about how humans thought that life repeated in cycles, and how they thought that life was a loop. And when they started to think of it differently, they thought of it as a line that you could put pinpoints onto, which was a lot easier to think of. And that shift in helping really helped humans explore and get outside of their comfort zone. I didn't like how he mainly talked about Western people. I thought that there was other credits they could have given to other cultures that they discovered instead of just the Western side. I thought he made it sound like some groups did not contribute at all to history, which is incorrect. He portrayed the church as blocking significant scientific progress, but this only showed that the truth will come out, and that even if you're trying to shove your religion into people's throats, like the Catholic Church did, whatever is true will come out, and questioning what you were taught by your government is sometimes incorrect. I did not like how he added so much information into his book. I thought that some of the random people's names, although they're important sometimes, I'm not going to remember them tomorrow, so it's not that important to add in. You could have added less detail. I thought he could have added more diagrams overall that showed like maps and things that really explained what he was describing, and that would even cut down on most of the thickness of this book. If he wants us to learn everything, then he should spread it less thick, or mainly focus on more of the bigger parts instead of going on rabbit trails about littler things. I did like this book. It mattered because the invention helped us measure where humans went, and how groups of people often shared with each other, like how astronomers met with another astronomer so they could compare and contrast their ideas and theories, and how the tools that they discovered helped make us discover more lands like the Americas of where we live. Daniel Boorstin had created a great book about time, tools, curiosity, and it really shaped, and how those things shaped the world. It was a very interesting book, but it had definitely some strengths and weaknesses. Thank you.